Alright, hello there. This is Neil vdPloeg here from the Avanti ISOWay Sports team. So it's the voice of me and also my hands sitting there. So we've got the Shimano HD Sports Cam just tucked underneath my handlebars there. You can just see the Pioneer head unit just creeping into the frame. Now I've got a bit of a predicament here. I made the video and then realised it really needed some music. And then I thought, oh crap, I don't want to get in trouble in any sort of copywriting stuff. And then even if you just sort of, forget about that, you just don't know what music to put on. Like there's a lot of different taste out there. So look, rather than just, well, you can just listen to me I'll just commentate what's going on, and just for anyone interested, I'll just basically ramble for a while. But look, don't whinge if you don't want to hear me rambling. Just simply turn the music down and look, just put on some of your own tunes. So look, there's no need for me to walk you through that. Like everyone's got different tastes. You know how to put some music on. So either turn it down and put some music on of your own taste, or just listen to me commentating. So here we've just jumped in at the Tour of East Gippsland, which is the first Victorian Road Series round. And we're at 5k to go from the final stage. So Coops has just gone past me there. We've just crested the final hill, and it's 5k to go. So at this point, there's a break of 3 up the road with my brother Paul vdPloeg from State of Madam Marp. There's a Kenyan rider down under, and there's also a rider from Pat's Veg. So we didn't really get any help from anyone here. We should say Matt Clark, he did a couple of turns, but basically we didn't get much help from the other teams. And as a result, Sean Lake and Oscar Stevenson have had to do a fair bit of work, and Matt Clark actually attacked in those final hills, and those two have been shelled. So it's teams of 5. So we're down to just 3, and I've just done a bit of a turn up that final hill that you saw originally. And I'm now just tucked into the Peloton, and the plan here is just to sort of see how it goes, do another turn if necessary, but the break isn't sort of too far. We can sort of see them, not like through the hilly section, we could sort of start to see them and take a few splits, and it was looking like it wasn't too dangerous. One of the Kenyan riders down under was actually, well, we heard from people on the side of the road told us he was 1 minute 25 down on GC. As it turned out, he was actually 2 minutes down, so he wasn't as much of a threat as we thought. So at this point, we're basically committed. Coops was fairly happy to ride the front in the last stages of the race. It was fairly flat, as you can see in the top right. So Coops and Chris Hamilton were actually doing a fair bit of the work today as well. So we all had to pretty much swap off a fair bit in the last couple of laps to get the gap down. So I should just mention on the bottom left there, we've got gradient, which is pretty much useless now. It's pretty much flat until a little kicker at the end. There's power down the bottom left, and there's also cadence just above. So at this point you can't really see, but I assume it's Joe Cooper and probably also Chris Hamilton who's doing the bulk of the work. Basically this last 5k, I sort of wasn't too close to see for sure, but I don't imagine anyone would have just jumped in and started helping at the last minute. So we're coming up to the final corner fairly shortly, and basically just sort of moving into position. Number 8 there is Raphael Feinstein. So he's actually on a continental German team this year, but he was in Australia all last year, so we know him fairly well. We sprinted against him quite a lot. Matt Clark just zipping up the right there, followed by Featonby, a local Albury triathlete who's just turning over to the road. Very strong rider. He's got a bit to learn in terms of the art of bike racing, but he's going to be one to watch. Jesse Featonby, look out for him. So what I'm doing here, I've basically... just as I was moving up, saw Feinstein and thought, yep, that's probably a good wheel to follow. And I pretty much think I try and follow him from here on. Number 23 there. That's one of the GPM riders. Last corner here. So you can see there's 2 riders just off the front of the peloton here. They're just getting reeled in, and off the last rider to get caught off the front, you get a small glimpse of him coming up here. That's my younger brother Paul vdPloeg, who's starting to do a little bit more on the road, and he's look, I gather from the amount of work that we had to do to bring him back, I think he's getting some pretty good form again. So yeah, watch out for Paul too. He's a big boy, and he's certainly got some power when he's going. So it's good to see him. Good to see him going well. So just moving up on the left here, there's a bit of a cross from right to left. So it's a good little position to be tucked in on the side here. A few trucks and cars, that's not ideal, but luckily the wind is going from right to left, so all riders are sort of trying to get in that echelon position. If you can sit just to the left-hand side of a rider, you're going to get a better sit than if you're directly behind. So I'm actually fairly fortunate this Focus team next to me here is sort of stacked up. They're sort of giving me a bit of shelter, as well as the German Freistein. So right here, we're inside the last kilometre, and things are about to really sort of move. And here we go. We've got that first sort of kick. I imagine there's some riders who are probably trying to go a little bit early here. And that's Joe Cooper there on our left. He's just chased down Paul, who's the one in front of him. And we're right near the final kick. So there's a bit of a crest here that you can't see too well. And then there's this final dash to the line, and I'm trying to get round Raffy, but just not quick enough, and also too far back. You can see that GPM rider was just he was already gone. So Raffy and I sort of stuffed up the positioning a bit there, and Joe Walsh from GPM just nailed it. So yeah, good effort. Thanks for watching. And just a big thank you to Shimano for supplying us with these HD sports cams. They're pretty fun to use, and we'll be using them a bit more throughout the season. We're going to be going to Taiwan soon, and we'll be getting a bit of footage from there. So hopefully we'll keep you in the loop and get some more footage out there. So if you like it, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and we'll be sure to let you know when something comes out. All right, I'm Neil vdPloeg, and until then, goodbye.